Hey you guys, this is Ruth from Kindle Reads, and today I want to bring you guys my first episode in Booktube culture. A couple weeks ago, I released a video, which was a reply video to a Booktube video that was made about Booktube culture, and in it I attacked many things, and so now I'm going to talk about originality. I've seen a lot of videos on the Booktube culture thing, and they were amazing. They're driving a lot of conversations. Since then, we have come up with many camps about some of these ranging topics of things. And right now, I'm just going to talk about one, which is originality. That's going to be the focus of this video solely. And so I want to talk about what I meant when I said Booktube originality, and to try to expound on my thought, because that video is definitely just fragmented thoughts in general. So when I brought up Booktube originality, I was talking about people making new content on Booktube. In fact, sometimes just deconstructing the things that we do on Booktube and then reconstructing it in a new way. I think that would also bring some type of originality to your channel and what you do. And when I brought up originality, some people thought that when you talk about originality, somehow you're downplaying the staple content that we have on Booktube, aka reviews, hauls, wrap-ups, tags, the things that Booktube is well known for. And I really don't want to make originality on Booktube to be something that's conflicting with the original content that people already make on Booktube. Because those staple content that I'm talking about, they do produce original content, because every person's opinion on any subject matter is going to be original. It's not going to be an exact carbon copy of what someone else already said. There is going to be some variation in their speech that is going to make that conversation on that book original. So I don't want people to launch off of this video and take it to some, hey, your hauls are not original, or, you know, don't make a book review on a book that's been reviewed several times. I really want people to feel like they can make the content that they already make on their channel, and not to feel like I'm attacking their content, because I'm not. A good analogy that I like to use for when I'm talking about Booktube originality is just imagine a room and there's an empty bookcase and there's a pile of books in the middle of the floor. You go over to that pile, you look, there are many beautiful covers, well illustrated. You just pick one up off the ground, you say, wow, this is a beautiful cover. And the title of that book is called Originality. Is it any better than any of the books that are in that pile? No. Is it more beautiful than any of those other covers that might be titled wrap-up, hauls, TBRs, or etc.? No, it doesn't mean that at all. And that's where I want to come with this concept of us making more original content on Booktube. I'm bringing up this conversation because I feel like we do have a very young audience of people making Booktube videos. Sometimes we evaluate our bubble of Booktube in a very isolated manner, and so sometimes we don't really see the other pockets that are on Booktube. And there are pockets of youthful, very, very youthful booktubers on here, and I was like, what? Wow. Just like, one girl's like, I'm 9 and I'm making a Booktube channel. I was like, bravo girl, go ahead, make your channel. Though her content is probably not going to be geared towards me, she is going to reach a very youthful population of people, and she's going to get them interested in reading. And I want that booktuber to know that they can make whatever content they want around the frameworks of books, and sometimes outside the frameworks of books, to be themselves and to be creative on a platform that is calling for creators to create something. And just because we're creating Booktube content doesn't mean that we just have to stick to the staple content that we make. And that's where this Booktube originality came from. That's why I'm pushing it, that's why I'm talking about it, and that's why I hopefully want to drive conversation within the community about people making original content on their channels. I'm not saying that their current content is not original, but I'm saying there's some people who want to do more. And for those people who want to do more things around the frameworks of books and you don't know that you're allowed to do it, I'm trying to say yes, it is. And it's something that I want to encourage, number one. and it's something that I think is really cool, number two, and it's something that I understand that you might be afraid to do. And I like to look at it like this. When I make a review video, and then when I make a letters to book video, which is another video that I'm making on my channel, I have two different emotions that go out when I make these two separate videos. One video I'm comfortable with making, meaning there is very little fear factor involved in that video being accepted by the community, because reviews are a thing that we do. It's something that's widely accepted. But when I make the letters to book video, something that I'm a little bit more cautious, because I have nothing to go on besides just me. This content is not derived from anything else. It's just purely derived from my own imagination and thought. So there is a fear factor that will it be accepted by the community and by my peers and by my viewers, you know? And so, you know, that fear factor might stop people from making a video that differs from something that is our staple content. I'm not frowning on any other content that we make on Booktube. I'm not saying that any other content we make is insignificant. In fact, please, you can check my playlist. I have several on my channel, and some of them are just straight up reviews, and some of them are just, you know, book talks and things that are staple content. I think they're there and they're stable because they build a base, and it also builds a community between us. So I don't want to get rid of those things, and I don't want to devalue any of those things by saying, okay, it's okay for us to make new things. And that's the heart of this conversation that I want to have with you guys on this channel. You guys fill in the comment box with your thoughts. Where do you think Booktube is going to be in the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Do you think that this concept somehow, you know, battles the present mindset of what Booktube is? Heavy Blankets, I believe that's his channel. He posed this very good question about what do you think Booktube is to you? And I think I have a concept of what Booktube is, and then I have a concept of what I would like Booktube to be in a couple of years. Like, you know, seeing the mind frame of how the community is changing, how YouTube is changing, you know, what does that actually mean for content creators in books? And that's where I think in that sprinkle of things of what will become of this community, what will become of our micro communities within this greater community, there's originality as far as making different content that might differ from what we consider to be staple content on here. So I want to thank you guys for watching. That is a little bit more of me expounding on the topic. I will have another video up on Booktube culture hopefully soon. I can't really be sure because I do have book reviews to film, book discussions to films, letters to books to write and film. So I'm going to try to get these videos out as soon as I can. If you have any preference on any of the slice and slithers that I talked within that Booktube culture video, let me know below. I do have ideas for the second video, but I definitely want your input on what you guys want to see next. That being said, peace.